My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Vanessa in the Bazaar. Come on! Come on and give me a good start here. I've heard it can give you Trebuchet as your first item. I would like to see it. Thank you kindly! Trebuchet, every 8 seconds, deal 50 damage, burn 12 when you use a weapon or haste. Charge this for a second. Enchanted was already there, but I'm gonna go for this one, thank you. Monster Ranch, get monster loot. Give me cinders, please. Actually, I invested 8 and I got 12 gold in return instead. I'm gonna go to Pyro. I'd be happy with cinders, but I'd accept lighter. Trebuchet no longer synergizes with lighter, as it no longer says when you burn haste. It instead is about using other items or haste to get the Trebuchet to fire faster. But it also does a huge amount of damage. We'll be looking for fast attacking and multi-cast weapons. Vermeer crit skills. Middle sells medium items. I do want medium items, but I'm not going to be able to run them in my build for a little while, unfortunately. Like, yeah, Katana, every 2 seconds this is going to trigger. So every 2 seconds it gives a second worth of haste to the Trebuchet. 100% I want that.
Just toss that on my back and I'll trot it to your door.
I'm going to roll. I'm going to sell a pelt and roll. Yeah, because star chart for cooldown reduction and crit chance, as well as the dock event being unlocked. Cannon fires every 4 seconds. That's nice, but I really think it's it's sell the pelt here, take the star chart, and now I want as much experience as the game will offer. A small weapon. Give me a small weapon to actually field right now. I can't go to Sterling for a silver tier item. Silver tier small weapon I would be able to immediately field, but let's just get a free small weapon that I know I can. Pet Rock, every 5 seconds, deal 5 damage. If it's your only friend, your items have plus 5% crit chance. Alright, Dizzy B.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
It's not that difficult to beat dualies on day 1. Yeah, I mean, I think I win. Literally just based off of the burn that the Trebuchet has. Yep, that'll do it.
Land legs make you predictable. You move in straight lines.
Keen sells non-weapon items, that's not relevant to me. I'm gonna go to the Jungle Ruins and take an experience.
Place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
Ooh, 2 income early? There's nothing wrong with 2 income early. Cinders for additional burns, also not bad. Pop that on the Trebuchet. Every point of additional burn, especially at this point where I'm trying to use the Trebuchet, is so much better than the last point of burn. Yeah, I'm going to take it. 2 gold and 2 burn on the Trebuchet. Pyre, get a burn item. Not really relevant unless it gives me a Trebuchet. Nautica sells aquatic items. I'm going to go to Pip for a bronze tier skill. First time you haste each fight, freeze an item for 3 seconds. That's a good pickup. I don't have haste on board yet, but I will. Giant Mosquito does have, at the start of the fight, haste a weapon 3 seconds, which is nice. That's very, very good for this build. Covetous Thief. Oh, Covetous Thief, you have the Shadowed Cloak. That would be incredible for this build as well. The ability to give haste to a weapon consistently, as well as causing that weapon to attack faster. You're also giving additional haste for the Trebuchet's sake. Yeah, it's hard to turn that down now that I realize how much value is there. Borea? I'm still worried about the Borea killing me fast. The Borea is still powerful. It's not as broken as it used to be, but it's still terrifying. All right, Covetous Thief. It just feels like the Giant Mosquito, there's only one real hit that I want, whereas here there's Shadowed Cloak, there's Sharpening Stone. I'd be happy to get Pickpocket at the start of each fight, gain a gold. Safe would be more exciting if it sold for a good amount.
Watch the skies. Watch your back.
Waste gunpowder.
Shadowed Cloak! When you use the item to the right of this, haste it for a second. If it's a weapon, it also gains 3 damage for the fight. That's incredible. I'm immediately going to go to the Lost Crate and pick up Golden Experience. Tool, sells medium items, Nufu sells skills. I'm going to go to Nufu for skills here.
Have great potential.
And I'm going to roll a poison and a little bit of crits. Yeah, there we go. First time you burn each fight, freeze an item for 3 seconds. There's also a red envelope, but I'm going to take the Frostfire.
Another empty chest.
3 loot items. Ooh. Give 40 health for 10 damage to all of my weapons on board and 5% crit chance. That could actually be good right now. It's either that or loot items, and the loot items are going to be bronze, which is going to heavily decrease their value. 40 health for that trade, I think is actually worth it right now. So when the katana fires, it gets haste for a second, which means that its next trigger will happen in a second, giving it haste. So it has perma-haste. But also when the katana fires, it gets a trigger of haste and a weapon is used. So it's 2 seconds worth of charge for the Trebuchet. I don't think I can lose this fight. Prove me wrong, Dooley!
But if you insist.
Prove me wrong. An ignition build? Hot and fresh out the kitchen build? I don't think that's doing it. You can tell me if I'm wrong. From beyond the grave.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
I'm now in such a strong position that I really just need to fill out the rest of my board. Give me the 2 experience, 1 gold. Regenerate. I mean, I would love to replace the pet rock with something, not garbage. That'd be great. Not garbage. Hip sells bronze tier skills. Minceworth sells small and large items. I do have haste and burn as well, so we get both of our freezes off. That's so good. Oh. Oh. I feel a little bad about what I'm doing right now. All right, Minceworth.
Back to business.
Hand axe for a little bit of damage, seashell, and Illuso Ray. I'm not seeing any of those here. Pet rock upgrade. I mean, look, for only 2, sure, I'll get 5% additional crit chance for the board.
This will
That's obviously not what I wanted to have happen there, but, you know. You play the hand you dealt. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. I need more max HP. I would like to feel more comfortable while I'm doing this.
see that plank? Walk it.
Weak point detector. Your weapons gain 6 damage for the fight every 6 seconds. When you slow, though, charge this 2
They
seconds.
restore the rest of the tyrant's gold.
It's cinders for additional burn all the way down. We're focused on the Trebuchet's growth here more than anything else. Oh, speaking of more than anything else, Monster Ranch is probably the event I want more than anything else. I can't say gunpowder and scrap were what I was looking for from it, though. I can, however, say that Star Chart for 10% crit and 10% cooldown reduction on both the Trebuchet and the Katana is going to go really well. I don't think I need another weapon, admittedly, right now, Alia. I think I need skills. So, Nufu, what do you got to teach us? First time you slow each fight, freeze an item for 3 seconds. So I don't have a slow trigger yet. But I would field one. Would I? No, I'd only use a slow trigger from a skill. I'm going to reroll. The first time your opponent falls below half health each fight, charge your items 1 second. Bloodhound. Admittedly, I think that's actually really good. First Flame. The first time you use a large item each fight, burn 5. That would also be a huge amount of damage for us right now. The first burn is the most important one. Bloodhound does mean they get below half health pretty quickly, though. I'm gonna go First Flame. I think it's a really significant amount, actually. I'm very nervous about how much HP I have.
I may be
HP.
young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms. Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Poison build, I don't imagine you will be fast enough. Yeah, that's why.
Like my crew says at the bar, another round.
25% crit chance on both of the katana and the trebuchet.
Panic, no ball.
Oh, the docks! 5 gold, 1 experience, please. Because I got the star chart, you see. Tox Clocks sells... Oh! Ew, haste, slow, and cooldown items. Those are very relevant to me, but the eating contest is here. And remember when I was complaining about not having HP? It'd make no sense if I did that and then decided not to actually fix the problem. Okay. Technovirus. Solar Farm from Technovirus could actually find its way on our board. Cooldown 6 seconds, give your other items haste for 1 second. So giving all other items haste for 1 second would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 haste triggers. And then gain 4 regeneration for the fight. When you burn, charge this for 2 seconds. So 5 haste triggers then becomes most of the trigger of the next Trebuchet, which is then 2 seconds worth of charge back to the other Solar Farm. I also win that fight for what it's worth. They can destroy my pet rock, but they can't destroy anything that's actually reasonable to my board. Crypto, also reasonably good pickups for us here. Outlands Dervish, gold, retiree healing. There's nothing doing in either of those for us. Technovirus. Give me the Solar Farm. Let's get crazy. Come on, let's get wild. Give me the Solar Farm.
Was that even a battle?
Crypto resets its value between 0 and 10.
Another empty
Changes every hour. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Okay, that's very early to get an upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Trebuchet is going to become gold now.
Hey, the quicker the fight.
Small tool, JJ sells items. There's so many items that JJ could upgrade for us. Gumballs. Do I have a benefit from selling gumballs right now? Not really. Small tool. Could replace pet rock, but 10% crit is actually kind of relevant right now. JJ could only upgrade katana or star chart. Star chart is an ideal upgrade from it.
Come on in.
Star chart's the ideal upgrade, and we found it. 15% cooldown reduction and 15% crit instead of the 10 it was providing previously. Holsters. At the start of your fight, your small items gain haste for 1 second. That would actually work really well with Trebuchet if I had like a bunch of small items on field. And I could definitely see the world where I have like enough haste triggers passed between my small items to justify holsters. Holsters is pretty rare to find as well. If I want holsters, taking holsters right now would not be a bad idea. I'm gonna hold holsters. I was working my way up to saying that I wasn't gonna do that. 2 gold, 1 experience. What did you think I was gonna do? Alright. Pun no fun?
Set out to dethrone a king, not to
Will you
squabble
find my build that, or will I find yours? Oh, rude. hasting a weapon 2 seconds at the start of the fight. It's Racecarl, who also gets additional trigger because of the haste. Anyway, I'm gonna kill you. Like, that's a golden companion core with the Monitor Lizard. And this is capable of doing damage fast enough to get us through the fight.
My ship red, but I don't
It took me 1 hour to get as many wins as I now have in my last run. Well, that's great. 2 gold, 1 experience. Thank you. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Oh, do you mean my star chart for 20%? Ooh, crypto. I sell you for 8. That's good enough.
Now this will inspire the crew.
And he sells small items, but Nufu sells skills. First time use large item each fight. Adjacent weapons gain 15 damage. No, I'm not especially keen on that. First flame for an additional 10 is fine. But I'm gonna roll. Flanking shots, like, I would just... Pet Rock would be the only beneficiary, because Star Chart needs to be between the Katana and the Trebuchet. Ah, connection issues. I see. My opponents have finally found a way to counter me. Targeted distributed denial of service attack, I see. The meta has truly shifted. The first time you use a large item each fight, slow an item for 5 seconds. There's also Bloodhound and Fiery for 2 additional burn. Bloodhound that charges items for 2 seconds, admittedly, is still very appealing. Slowing an item for 5 seconds does give me the ability to pick up the Creeping Cough, though, when you slow. Also freeze. I've got to take that. You can't turn that down. Sabretooth, I'd love to have diamond fangs and a bunch of small items and holsters, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. Infernal Envoy, you are flame claws, fire claws rather. Yes. And cinders. Good skill in vengeance. That could be nice. Mod Squad, you have Crypto, First Aiden, Bomb Squad. I wonder if the play might be Infernal. The Restorative Fire Claws are nothing to me. The Cinders, the ability to give 2 additional burn to the Trebuchet, I mean, that'd be fine. But the skill, Vengeance, your leftmost and rightmost items have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. I've never actually seen that drop from Infernal Envoy, but I don't fight them that often. Mod Squad, I would put a haste guy here. First Aiden. Otherwise, I'd just be hoping for Crypto, I guess. This is also the most gold and most experience, though. The only out that I really have in Infernal Envoy is fine. We'll go with the Mod Squad. I'd like it to be better than fine at best, you know? Big work, Trebuchet, big work. Hey, Crypto! I'll happily take the... realistically, I'll sell that for anything up to 15, 16, 17. Rukon sells weapon skills. There's a lot of those that I care about. Your weapons have 6% additional crit chance. I suppose is the one I care about. Time for the docks and the navigation. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. I never would have guessed. Sharpening stone for additional damage. Extract poison. Yep. Okay, so we'll be upgrading an item. Obviously, it's not going to be the pet rock. I think it could be Shadowed Cloak. It's doing a lot of work. And there are some weapons that I would substitute the katana for next to the Shadowed Cloak. And those weapons would want the Shadowed Cloak to have a higher amount of haste. Also, it just increases the scaling for Katana. $15 or above. I'm not selling it for $13.
No, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Especially when I don't need the money yet. That's such a cool skin for I want that one. Every time I get a new skin for Vanessa, I just find a different one I prefer. Oh, they're doing this too. Bye. I want that. Building crescendo. When you use an item, your items gain 10% crit chance for the fight. Your items start with 50% less crit chance. That'd be incredible for me. In the meantime, I'll settle for some Monster Ranch loot. Oh, just cooldown. The crypto sells for 16, and we just have cooldown reduction available here. That's so good. Eating contest, admittedly, still worth it for me. I need that much. Let's get rid of you. I'll take the star chart off of the field. The item that actually wants to activate faster is the Trebuchet. Because I don't want to invest everything into the katana and then have to trade the katana away and leave the Trebuchet on field by itself. Okay. So Trebuchet is 6.8 by base, 5.5 after the star chart's on the field. The katana is now 1.5. So it's actually activating after a first hit every 0.75 seconds. Yep, it's good. Yep, it is good. Let's see what's going on with the Dire Ringlet. When you use a weapon, give it 4% crit chance for the fight is there. There's also some crit chance in a talisman I could sell. Foreman has crane adjacency. Forklift, I guess. Loan Shark's not nothing here. Loan Shark has crashing waves as well as ATM, actually. Crashing waves, when you use an aquatic item, haste a weapon for a second. More haste triggers? Incredible for me. Trebuchet would love that. And it also happens to be the most money and the most experience. Hey, sue me. I mean, look, if the best decision is also the right one.
Financial assistance.
Far be it from me to stand in the way. Unless I want to. Sorry, asterisk, unless I want to.
Pathetic. As spineless as a jellyfish.
Your weapons have additional damage equal to your income, plus 5 damage to all my weapons. Woohoo! Kev's Armory sells health, toughness, and shield items. I can't imagine those to be especially relevant to my board right now. But I don't think the other ones give me that much power either, so I'm going to come here and look. Shielded cannon. Shields for 100 when it fires. I mean, no. There's also Pearl. Yep, that's kind of what I expected to have happen, TBH. Get 9 with ammo, get a friend, spend 191 HP to get very little damage. No, thank you. Upgrade your leftmost silver tier item. Well, that's a Shadowed Cloak upgrade. Invest in yourself, 2 income. I mean, income's not a problem for me right now. It's 2 damage from my board, which is also, it's not that much. What I really need is health. Maybe a little bit of crit chance. No. Give me money. I'm gonna splurge in a bunch of future shops. I've been saving up a bunch of value because I'm quite powerful right now. There's gonna be a point, probably tomorrow, when I just go to shops and I look for power. Oh, thankfully they've got nothing to start their haste off yet. Oh my god, they just started. They froze my Trebuchet. How dare you? It didn't even unfreeze.
Bravery without strength is a sword without a blade.
Kina sells non-weapon items, jewels, and the treasure chest. I'm gonna look at Kina and probably be disappointed.
Punish the warful.
Seaweed, ambergris, coral armor. If I was wearing an aquatic build right now, I'd be dead. For unrelated reasons, it's just not particularly good. Crow's Nest. Weapons have 50% crit chance if you have exactly one weapon. That weapon has lifesteal. No thank you. Coral and chum. I don't have any reason to want to buy and sell stuff right now either. No thank you. Alright, kinda knew it was gonna go that way, but we tried it anyway. Eating contest. Give me the max hup. I need a hup on my hup. Joyful Jack is irrelevant to my build. Treasure Turtle could be okay though. I'd be happy to get the bag of jewels for money. I'd be happy to get Clamra. If I end up getting things related to slow triggers, that could be useful. Genie Lamp, obviously pretty good. Hunker Down, the first time you fall below half health each fight. Shield equal to 30% of your max health. That would also be nice for me.
It's over already. We barely got our flags up.
Unfortunately, we just got a seashell. And none of these appeal as much as Scavenger. 2 medkits, 2 poison, not really used in this build at all. No pain, no gain. Again, losing way too much health and get an aquatic item. I'd rather get 3 loot items, because loot items can be good. Loot items can be 9% cooldown reduction to 1 item, 6% cooldown reduction to all items, as well as 2 experience, and 12 gold. That can also just be the case. Forger just upgrades an item. I'm getting very lucky in this run, and I just want you to know that I know. Don't worry. I feel very honored by this.
Work is never done. It can always be better.
Trebuchet gets 4 additional burn, which is the main part. It also gets 100 additional damage, but 4 additional burn. I'm going to go for the cooldown reduction on the star chart. That's what we're going to do. We're going to upgrade the star chart. It's going to go to 25% cooldown reduction and 25% crit offered to its adjacencies. I'm going to take it off of the board so it's not influencing the board at all when I reduce the cooldown of the Trebuchet by 9, and then all of my items by 6. Trebuchet activates in 4.4 seconds. When the katana activates every 1.3 seconds at the start of the fight, and then every 6.5 seconds thereafter, a weapon attacks and a haste trigger comes out onto the board, causing the Trebuchet to get half of its charge immediately. Yes. Bakun, you sell medium and large items. The thing is what are you gonna do, right? Like, the docks could give me experience and gold, but I don't need gold right now, let's be real.
Small things remind me of
But
seeds.
what could Bakun give me that I would want more than anything I have on board right now? Nothing comes to mind? I mean, I can get a cove right now. There's a world where I can get enough haste triggers that the shadowed cloak doesn't become relevant to this board anymore, and it can take it and the pet rock off. That definitely exists. And it could exist through a code.
I'm sure that was a good trade.
I could get a shovel and get a new item as well, but I'm not going to do that. It's Kana. Considering they have won exactly 1 match,
But I've seen
I
my share of
don't
storms.
think
Go ahead,
I'm
underestimate.
gonna...
It makes this more fun.
Well, I mean, there's a sniper rifle with 67% crit chance and 635 damage.
You've got
It was
talent.
frozen
You should put
almost
your
all fight.
nobler youth. You fall like a boulder. I flow like the waves.
All sells large items, but again, we know what I'm doing here, don't we? I'll sell the scrap on the cove just so I can make the 5 spaces that I am going to need here for my gluttonous, avarice appetite. 150 HP to me. Get an item. No. Temporary boost, not for the rest of the day. Middle sells medium items. I'll look at him. I'll look at him longingly through the window and go, huh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll take a wanted poster for an additional experience when I beat an enemy.
Bring it back.
Sextant, when you crit, haste an item for 2 seconds. Theoretically, yeah, it could be relevant, but it could also not. Putting it between those and not getting crit, no. I mean, do I take it and hold it for the possibility that it's worth? I would need a crit skill to make this worthwhile. A crit skill that is, like, sorely lacking in my build at the moment. There's the dock lines for the slowing. I do like it, but I think, courtesy of Net Launcher, Frostfire, and Quick Freeze, I kind of have it covered. Sniper rifle, 5 times more damage if it's your only weapon. Sure. Sure. But I'm using the Trebuchet, so no thank you. Robo Bouncer. I kind of want to go for the big guy. As per usual. When you use a weapon, adjacent items gain 8% crit chance for the fight. Not really relevant here. They have a katana. The katana is diamond tier, so I'm not going to be able to pick that up. Gatling gun. That'd be funny. Gatling gun. Cooldown 4 seconds. Deal 10 damage. Reduce this item's cooldown by 10% for the fight. Eventually that would be faster than the katana. The thing is, it can only get down to 1 second cooldown. So eventually the Gatling gun is better than the katana, but for most of the fight, the katana will be better. Cosmic Rock probably has the best pickup here, which is Cosmic Wind. When you crit, haste an item for a second. Yeah, I want haste triggers. That's what the Trebuchet eats. That and all my enemies. I mean, also, I'd settle for 6% cooldown reduction globally. But not a lick less.
Waste of gunpowder.
Cosmic Plumage. Your shield items gain 4 shield and your weapons gain 4 weapon damage. When you crit, charge this for a second. Alright. Citrus or coconut, get a weapon. There's aquatic items, scrap. I guess I'm going sharpening stone and upgrading the damage of the katana finally. There you go. Additional 18 damage every time I strike with that katana. Bakun sells medium and large items.
Oh, hello. I mean, welcome to my business.
I really feel like nothing I can find right now makes my build better. If anything, the things I can find right now just ask me to change build. I'm going to hold the repeater. When you use another item with ammo, charge this 3 seconds. I'm going to hold that. I've got gunpowder, which has also got some potential here.
Where's Midsworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
Rukon sells weapon skills. Yes, I've been looking for skills. That is desperately my need. Your medium weapon deal 36 extra damage, sure. Leftmost deals 12, small deals... Sure, I'm gonna get 36... double damage on my katana. Again, the damage on the katana is almost irrelevant next to what it does to trigger the trebuchet, but we don't need to focus on that right now. That's not necessarily important.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, we're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
I want it! When you use a non-weapon item or weapon gains haste for 1 second, then I can replace the pet rock with a non-weapon item. Oh, I want it.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo in me.
Nice.
I paint my
Just give me some more skills. Oh, gold tier skills from Orlin. That counts.
Why does Nufu set himself up?
How dare you give me what I asked for? Your melee weapons have 60 damage instead. When you use your rightmost item, slow an item for a second. That's pretty good. When you crit shield items, gain 10 shield for the fight. Your rightmost item, that is my Trebuchet. And it will have to remain my Trebuchet because my shadowed cloak needs to go to the left of the katana. I mean, it's some slow triggers. I like slow triggers. I would like to be able to use mixed message. I just don't think I can. I want weapons related to weapons, not non-weapons related to weapons. I'm so sorry. I know what I said, but I'm saying something else now, so... Yeah. Righty-tighty. Kronos sells haste items. I'm gonna go. I don't even know if I'm gonna be buying anything here. Turbo Chronist. Your weapons gain 50% crit chance. If you have exactly one weapon, it has lifesteal. When you crit with a weapon, haste an item for 4 seconds. I don't think I'd try and Trebuchet with that. I don't want one item on the board for that. You crit with a weapon. Haste an item for 4 seconds. 50% additional crit chance, but I'm taking 10% crit chance off the board, so the Trebuchet and the Katana have 86% crit chance. It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty likely. The Enchanted item is definitely the most relevant thing in this store. Is it relevant enough? It's ultimately the question. I can't keep holding everything on spec that it'll be good at some point. I'm gonna pass it up. I'm gonna regret that, I know. I already know I'm gonna regret that. Roaming Isle. Is there any reason that I want to fight you? In all honesty, no. They could give the Tropical Island as an item, which would give me the ability to start harvesting some coconuts and citrus. But up next to the Elite Duelist. The Elite Duelist has butterfly swords. Great. Huge pickup. It's a weapon that can upgrade all the way to multicast 4. They have Big Ego. They've got weapons have lifesteal by default. That's pretty good. This counts as a tool, right? Yeah, okay. Blood Reef Captain's full arsenal would be 10% cooldown reduction to the board, which is nice. But I think it's the Elite Duelist we're looking for here.
Mistake I must know who trained you.
I trained myself.
See that plank? Walk it.
Butterfly Swords. So, if Butterfly Swords attacks, currently it's only multicast 2, right? Significantly worse than the Katana. When it gets to multicast 4, every 3.5 seconds it's attacking 4 times, and that's not even paying attention to the cooldown reduction. It's good. Upgrade your leftmost item. So the thing is, that the item that actually wants that right now is Butterfly.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Like, let's see what I can do here. So this would have Butterfly Swords out on the board in 5.3 seconds. So what, this is 1.3 at the time. So in order to fire 3 times, But the holsters is giving haste to things at the start of the fight already as well, which is going to cause the Trebuchet to fire faster. The butterfly swords would be vulnerable to things that freeze small items, which would actually be relevant. I don't see repeater being relevant again. That's not happening at this point. Not comfortable yet selling it though. Paul sells large items. Upgrading the Trebuchet would be sick. Cove doesn't really care. You know what? Give me a temporary boost. 358 HP for the rest of the day, please. And he sells small items. Racetrack sells haste items. I really want Curio. I haven't seen Curio in a while. The damage and crit from gumballs doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't. Let's immediately give 2 trigger of haste to the board. Getting the Trebuchet there faster. It's just, it activates so much slower in the first instance because the katana is, you know, 1.3 seconds into the fight firing. Let's have a look at Andy. I'd love a holster upgrade. That'd be great for me. Clamra. At the start of each fight, use this. Admittedly, that's probably what I should replace the pet rock with. 10% crit chance is fine, but slowing items at the very start of the fight immediately, that would immediately cause... Oh no, I don't have the creeping cough yet. But when I get creeping cough, that would immediately cause it.
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Jeet. Every 5 seconds, deal 10 damage and slow an item for 2 seconds. When you slow, this gains 10 damage for the fight. It's nice, but it doesn't go on board. Ah, Pygmalion. All right, Jameson Skype 9. You've got a solid win-loss here, which is a little terrifying to see a Pygmalion have. Properties adjacents. Haste adjacents and a spiky shield. Okay, I need to keep burn high on you. I really wish I had the katana instead. That would be a lot better for me right now. Alas. Oh no, never mind. The Crusher Claw and the spiky shield are here. The temporary shelter has a high enough number. The Crusher Claw is hitting us for 1.5 thousand. Damn. How dare you take away my flawless victory? This is unfortunate. When you poison, charge 1 burn item for a second. I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't. When you crit, your heal items gain additional crit. No. When you use your first large item each fight, adjacent items gain 20% crit chance for the fight. No, thank you. And poisonous opener. Poison for 9 when you use your first large item. We could get something good here, though. Apparently, we're not going to. Your large burn items have +8 burn. You know what? That'll do. 3rd degree burns. I'm going to go to Andy. I'm very much hoping to see an upgrade for my butterfly swords. I do not. Jeet is here in diamond tier, and so is the switchblade. Upgrading adjacent weapons is cool, but the butterfly swords already has 2 adjacents. Throwing knives. When you crit, charge this for a second. I need a full crit skill to get that build online with the throwing knives and the repeater. I'm gonna leave.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, well. We got some hits here, though. Lord of the Wastes. Fine. Your large weapons deal 72 additional damage. Kind of cool. Genie's Lamp, fine. Adjacent items have additional crit. When you crit, haste an item for 3 seconds. It's fine. It's okay. But Trash Titan, Juggler, when you use a small item, charge a large item for 1 second. Butterfly Swords, Clamra, Holsters doesn't count, but it is the good choice here. There's also Assault Focus from Boss Harrow, which says when any non-weapon item is used, slow it for 2 seconds. I'm only trying to snipe skills right now. That feels bad. Oh, Catalyst also exists in Trash Titan. When you use the item to the left of this, haste the item to the right of this for 2 seconds. I really prefer Metronome, which does it back and forth. Thing is, I do believe I beat Lord of the Wastes, and overall, the 2 additional experience and 5 additional gold is probably very relevant. Fine. I'm not gonna believe in the Juggler Dream today. Because it didn't believe in me when I needed it.
Your strength is beautiful.
I'm definitely petering out in terms of my power right now. We can see him half HP right there. When any player uses an item, all items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. Do I want that? Do I really want that? That'll give them crit. I'm not going to say that I have a huge amount of crit, but I can get crit from other skills that don't also give my opponent crit. I don't think I want Foreboding wins. How dare you offer me that? Get out of here. Get out of here. Time for me to lose some dead weight. Repeater and Gunpowder Dream is dead. Cinders for 6 additional burn on Trebuchet. Certainly seems appropriate here. Pearl's Dig Site, find any item in the Bazaar. I got the ability to roll. Apropos chapeau. When you shield, adjacent weapons gain 20 damage for the fight. Icy Shovel. Oh, I'm obviously not going to use it because it's only 10 seconds until it does it. But it does have an icy enchant. You don't see those every day. Pyrocarbon. When you burn, haste your items for 1 second. That is when you gain burn, sorry, not when you burn. Shielded ports for reloading. Coolant for freezing and clearing half my burn. No thank you on those. Arbalist, when you gain haste, this gains 75 damage for the fight, but it's not reloaded. DJ Robots with the nanobots. No thank you as well. Omega Ray, when you use your core or another ray, don't have either of those. So I'm not going to be using that. Let's roll again. Swashbuckle. Adjacent items have 25% crit chance, and they have additional damage, heal, or shield equal to their crit chance. I would like that to be good. I don't think it is. Restorative Captain's Wheel. Haste adjacent item. I mean, sorry. I don't think it is in this build. I don't have the ability to build crit on an item, which would be what you would want for this. And no, I still don't think that the Foreboding Wastes would have been a good idea. Restorative Captain's Wheel. When you use a vehicle or a large item, charge this 2 seconds. It hastes adjacent items 1 second. So what? I'd put Cove out on the field. So that's a large item. We've got the Trebuchet as a large item. And then I keep Star Chart. And then Butterfly Swords. And then I don't have room for the Restorative Captain's Wheel. I need to keep the Star Chart for the cooldown reduction. I need to keep the Trebuchet because that's my damage. This is the trigger condition for my damage. Unless I think I would get enough haste triggers out of the others to surpass having a weapon attack. I don't think I would. We're pretty quickly getting to the point where I should stop re-rolling. Ah, it's first Aiden. Bye. Bayonet. When you use a weapon on the left of this, deal 40 damage. There's also a sub-scraper. Radiant lockbox. I'm gone. I'm not spending 8 on a reroll there to get nothing. Goldie sells gold tier items. I've got a couple that really need upgrades. Could you spring for one of them? Lighthouse, when you slow, charge this 3 seconds. Love it. I'd love to have more slow and be able to utilize that right now. But seeing as I do not, let's go and see a port that I can't use and a pearl. Oh gosh. I'm getting real nervous. Maybe it was a mistake to try and change that. I can still feel the butterfly swords. Maybe they need their cooldown reduced more than the Trebuchet does. This takes 1.7 seconds off of the triggers for the butterfly swords. Ah, but it also takes a bunch of crit off of the Trebuchet.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Palauan.
Alright, Echo 2000. It's just you and me. And your augmented weaponry, and your Trebuchet, and your ritual dagger. Oh, you shouldn't have. Seriously, I did. Seems like we still managed to find our way here. I only need to win one more fight. Just one.
Land legs make you predictable. You
But if I lose my next match, I'm going to lose full prestige as well. Income. Loot. Yeah, we'll definitely go for the loot items. Cooldown reduction still highly prioritized. Malafang sells burn skills. I would really like haste your burn items at the start of the fight. That would probably be the best. 8 gold and 6 regeneration there for us. Malafang. Your leftmost burn item has plus 10 burn. Your rightmost burn item has plus 8 burn. And it only costs 12. Honestly, the difference in 2 burn, I probably go for Final Flame rather than Immolating Spark. And Hotspot when you use your leftmost item, burn 2. If I had independent triggers off of a burn, then yes, but I don't. This doesn't care if I burn. Nothing, in fact, cares if I burn, except for the enemy. Final Flame.
Element of surprise, you know?
Snack time for 325 HP really looks good when it's next to JJ, and, well, JJ's not awful here for us, but it's unlikely to get me an upgrade. I still love the butterfly sword, so, but it's next to the eating contest. I could pay 10 for 150 max HP, or I could get 325 for free. Lord Arkan. Lord Arkan. You have Unwavering when you use an item, shield 40. You got the Eclipse. Use all your other items when you use an item, deal 100 damage. The first time you fall below half health each fight, use this. Got thrusters and the battery. I worry I can't beat him. Maybe with the katana back on field I can. I really do want to beat him. Again, Trash Titan really only has Juggler as a benefit for me. Alright, Lord Ark can fight me. If I can shield 40 every time I use an item, I will be very, very happy about that. Provides me defense when I otherwise didn't have the ability to provide it to myself. Yeah, unfortunately the enemy is starting to get a lot faster right now. Yep, they started using their items. They started shielding, they didn't take as much damage to the burn, and I lost the fight.
I might need to cut back on the grog.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to see happen. Paul, please upgrade my Trebuchet. You didn't do it. How dare you?
Here and there, so rushed, so confused.
I'm gonna get a haste item from the racetrack because I don't see much value in the other stores for me. It's a water wheel. I just had the opportunity to buy this. You might notice I didn't. Honestly, I think I could probably beat Briscoe just because of the win-loss record. But that also could have just been losing a couple of fights early and then suddenly getting the full build together, especially if you have the ability to freeze my board.
Fun.
I'm very weak to freeze right now. And we're starting to get into the point of the game where freeze is constant. Okay, energy potion. That's terrifying. That's a lot of poison from the Monitor Lizard immediately. I've got a lot more max HP than you, but you're gaining poison on me very, very quickly. We got there. I was 2 ticks away from dying to the poison myself, but that...
Bravery without strength. Read the time.
That's 10 wins. And in under an hour! So I've proven. The episodes that are shorter than an hour are still good, baby. Gotta love to see butterfly swords and the katana. Just a little bit of diamond star chart. The Trebuchet was really the absolute champion of this run. But I gotta say, the Shadowed Cloak. Shadowed Cloak with the katana right next to a Trebuchet. Now that's a build. For the moment, I'm going to collect my 3 chests, knowing that that is not going to total up to 10, giving me the ability to open any more. But it will help me climb the ranks a little bit. And I'm going to say that my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations, and down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. I'd about to thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Diamond Fox. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.